Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode 35 of Honor Among Thieves.
You're old.
I happen to have started
Wow.
it when I was 6 years old. And so we're glad to see the Rutabaga Riot filing into the chat. I'm Martin, and I'm going to be the judge for the evening. I am also the lead writer for our company, Gaming Honors, a third-party publisher associated with Goodman Games. And as part of our sort of connection to Goodman Games, we also run games on the road. So we'll be at Gen Con this year. I'll be running games as a road reaver. I'm looking forward to that. And when we're in the booth at Gen Con, I will sometimes be next to this lovely lady trying to score critical hits, which didn't sound the way in my head it should have. But it's a game we play to show off our hero pin health indicators. So that's who I am.
Sure, Martin. That's what it is.
That's what it is. And okay, Hayden, you go next then, since you called me out.
Oh, okay. Sorry to steal your thunder there. Hey, everybody. My name is Hayden. I am a assistant in many ways for Gaming Honors and a proud member of the team. Help a lot with the deadline tracking, so I'm everybody's favorite whenever I show up in their inbox. I'm also always here on the stream, formerly playing the wild wizard Randy, who is no longer among the living, and so now his brother Sandy, the cleric, has taken the mantle and will be continuing the adventure with us. Happy to be here, and I will also be running a couple of games at Gen Con, so very, very excited to finally be at the convention again in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I can't believe how fast it snuck up on us. And
You're not kidding.
Thank you for reminding me, Hayden. When I am not the judge in our ongoing campaign on Honor Among Thieves, I am Hack the Warrior Rutabaga champion. So thank you for that. Lance.
Yes, I am Lance. I'm an artist with Gaming Honors and a member of the group, Road Reaver. I've got 5 games at Gen Con this year, all sold out, 6 people apiece. It's going to be a riot. I'll be booth jockeying a little bit, and I am playing Hack, the newly promoted now 8th level battle turtle-ish guy. A bruise, sorry. I took your thunder there, Hack.
Everybody wants to be Hack. I mean, everybody in the chat knows it. Everyone admires Hack.
I'm Hack's sidekick, Bruise. I use the mace, he uses the axe. And I was an outlaw originally, and I guarded his Rutabaga caravans, taking them to market.
And I hesitate to correct you, Lance, but you introduce yourself as an artist, but I think you have a new credit that you can
Yes.
Well, that we'll be talking about a little bit later.
Yes, that I am a newly promoted co-author as well.
Very, very cool. You know what that means, don't you? That means massive salary increase.
Double or triple.
Dozens of pennies.
Now, whoa, slow down, Moneybags. That's like actual currency.
No, everyone knows that we get paid in rutabagas. It's pretty much common knowledge.
That's true.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
And warm feelings. Who are you?
Oh, why, thank you for asking.
Yes.
I'm Andrea, and I am CEO of Gaming Honors and have been working tirelessly on a big fulfillment project. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit. I am also gamer adjacent, which means that I am always next to gamers because I love them, although I am not a gamer myself.
I like Keith the same point that you have a 4-figure salary, Lance. But the figures really they're actually miniatures, Keith. Like if he's lucky, we'll pay him in minis. Oh, look at that. It's a cool miniature. If you could see that. Anyway, get distracted. But yes, those are the figures.
The thing is that Martin, I would of course work for figures.
I know. That's right. Yeah, good point.
Especially if you're painting them, yeah, do all the work and send them my way.
I heard from the phlogiston, I got a signal that it is actually somebody's birthday tomorrow. Hayden,
Yes.
tomorrow you will be what? 41?
Close. Quarter of a century. Turning 25.
Wow. I remember that. The dinosaurs were roaming. So happy birthday
Happy
in advance.
birthday.
And Mayor for Self was already just sort of generously giving out luck points, but I'm sorry, Mayor, that's the judge's job. But I will actually, in the spirit of your anniversary trip around the sun, you will have a luck point tonight. Don't
Thank
spend
you.
don't spend it all in one place.
Thank you very much, Martin. It's always fun to have another lap around the solar system.
Isn't it though? Yeah, and so little happens during them.
Do you get are you getting a cake?
Actually, yeah, my friend Emily loves to bake for everybody on their birthdays, so she's gonna bring a cheesecake into work on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
she's great.
Like Emily.
It'll be fun. But thank you for the birthday wishes. It's I'm glad that I get to spend the time near my birthday hanging out here doing what I love.
That's right. And Keith the Gamer Geek is wishing the Gaming Honors Dope, of course, the happiest of birthdays. So
Thank you so much, Keith. I really
you've got that rutabaga cheesecake. Yes. So you actually alluded to this earlier,
Yes.
just a moment ago, and this is a great segue
Yes.
to one of our favorite segments, which is And Then What Happened, where you get to catch up with all of the excitement that's been happening in our lives in game terms for the last 2 weeks. So why don't you start, Andrea?
Well, I'm really happy to tell you all that All Chimeras Great and Small has arrived. Woo! And I have been working very hard all weekend to get these in the envelopes and get them all labeled and postage affixed, and so they'll go out tomorrow in tomorrow's mail to everyone. And just super thankful for the way that you all brought this project to life. You are amazing people.
Yeah. And Elena, I know I sent you a picture if people want to get a closer look at that cover. People who it's easy to track.
Yeah.
So if you backed at the real catch level, or a real catch, is that what it was? No,
I don't
trophy
know.
catch. Anyway, certain backers
they're not very descriptive.
I know, I'm sorry. Certain backers are going to get autographed copies. Lance was over here today helping sign a bunch of copies. Certain backers are going to get a cool color print of the cover, sans writing. So yeah, it all turned out really well.
Yeah, it did.
And
gorgeous. I love the colors.
Been working really hard to get that out. I have been, and Elena, if you want to show this, I'm kind of proud. This is my one miniature so far that's almost done. I am slowly painting something like 15 pirates to get ready for running All Chaos Before the Mast. No, Chaos Before the Mast.
It's not all.
Yeah, I know. Just not all the chaos, just some Chaos Before the Mast at Gen Con. So that's been my big gaming connection.
All chaotic chimeras before the mast, big and small.
The bane of the chaotic,
the bane of
the bargain, of the chaos, of the chimeras aboard the mast.
Which it's exciting that we now have so many modules we confuse their titles.
That's
right. That means that we're hanging in there. So yeah, really my gaming life for the last 2 weeks has been painting. Although if Lady Luck shines her visage on me this time 2 weeks from now, I might have something to share in the segment. Look what I found. Look what I got.
Yeah. One of those segments.
Yeah, I have my eye on some treasures. If I can only make my luck check. So that's my story. Hayden, you have something to share with us.
I do indeed, Martin. So I always have this thing around my birthday where I start hearing the whisperings of ancient elder gods in my ears. And one of them sent me a beautiful package in the mail. And you might see it back here up on my shelf.
Ooh.
My wonderful, wonderful stepmother Jackie sent me this insane Cthulhu 3D print dice tower.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And it just looks, might I say, badass. But
I don't know, bad butt. We are a family show.
So there's some great details on even like the eye texturing, but they even have these crazy eldritch runes all around. And I know that this is part of her plot to convert me into the Cthulhu mythos, because ever since putting it up on that shelf, I have just been hearing these weird rumblings in my brain every single night. So stay tuned to see how much I look like Randy on our next stream as these eldritch energies seep into my head. But yeah, I'm excited to put this thing to work and get some dice flowing through the great old one.
You got to show us. Can you lift it up? It looks like you drop the dice through the cranium. Can you show us? Can
Yes,
you drop the dice in there? Let's see.
Let us get a D20 down the cranial cap. Boom!
Wow.
Out comes the bottom. All right, and we got an 11 above average.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
a good sign.
Nice.
Good sign for the luck of this guy.
Yeah, and Keith does speak the language of the old. Yeah, and it makes a great miter hat.
Exactly.
And we're canceled. So yeah, that's very, very nice. Lance, I heard that you actually had, if not a gaming adventure, a gaming adjacent adventure, actually just moments ago. Would you like to share that with our viewers at home?
Certainly. So, Jacqueline,
and the tie-in.
yes, Jacqueline and I forgot that they were already at your house and printed, and we continued to play test at the pond today. And we got attacked by some insanely ferocious and aggressive hornets, and we all got stung. And they chased us into my truck, and then we shut the doors in the truck, and there's like 6 or 7 in there. So then we jumped out, and there was more on the outside. Then we jumped in and out. It was a terrifying experience.
Dad, what do I keep telling you about extreme LARPing?
I know.
Come on, dude. We've had this conversation.
So I went down there like this, and when I pulled the bucket out to drain the pond, I ended up like this. For a minute, I thought I might be here, but I'm back to here now.
Wow.
I heard he actually was spinning his hero pin in real time while they were attacking him to convey to Jackie how much damage.
Help me.
They stung me again and again and again.
But I have an amazing gaming story, though, that I'll tell you really quick. Anybody out there that knows how to play 1s and 5s, I haven't gamed in weeks and weeks, maybe 7 or 8 weeks, no games because of other things in life and people going on vacations. Stuff's been crazy. So Jackie said, well, let's throw some dice. So you take a 5 6-siders in your hand. 1s are 100 points, 5s are 50, 3 of a kind, blah, blah, blah. Well, the best roll that you can get, which is an automatic win at 10,000 points, is to roll 5 1s with 1 stroke. And Jackie rolled 500 points on her first load and then reloaded all 5 dice and rolled I've never seen it before in my life, 5 1s. So she got 10,500 points, and I had 0 points. I hadn't even got on the board yet. And I stayed at 0. So it's the greatest win I've ever seen at dice. And
wow.
So kudos to Jacqueline. Probably positive vibrations from sending that Cthulhu dice tower.
And,
yes.
And did you rush out and buy a lottery ticket? Because that's
No.
the way luck works, isn't it?
Yeah, Jackie should have rushed out and bought a lottery ticket, I guess.
There's still time.
Would predictable world bias say that you would be less likely to win with a lotto ticket after something like that?
I knew probability and statistics were going to get involved.
There I am, bringing it back out. Have school knowledge.
Keith was commenting in the chat, and I totally agree that he didn't know until tonight that he needed a Cthulhu dice tower. I mean, that is really one of the coolest things I've seen in a while for gaming stuff.
They come in like 20 different colors, by the way.
I also like the idea. Keith suggested that your pin became like a fan. Like we could have these propeller. They just sort of spin endlessly.
Yeah, let's motorize them.
What?
Bluetooth connectivity on your phone. I'm yellow now.
At Gen Con, we do have a giant motorized hero pin.
Yep.
That is
awesome.
always
That's how you can find us.
That's how you can find us.
At booth 167.
167. Wow, that is
Come say
very
hi.
good. And speaking of Gen Con, we have a lot of exciting things coming for Gen Con. It's time for I Scry with My Little Eye. Hayden, what's in our future? What is coming in Gaming Honors future?
Well, Martin, in the near future at Gen Con, we are planning on launching the Kickstarter for our next adventure by Rob Swanson, our good friend, The Chateau of Stolen Memories, which we had the opportunity to play test a while back. And might I say that that is a very, very fun adventure. I think that you guys are all going to love it. It's got mystery and intrigue and one of the most unique settings that I've seen in gaming in quite a while. And I'm very excited for all of you to get to read through that Kickstarter page and hopefully be pumped to back it if you're interested and then see all the beautiful story unfold. Exactly.
Yeah, just back it
Back
because
it, please.
there is an image that I know that we sent Elena, drawn by one of our great artists, Colin Richards. And I should have done the research before this, but part of Chateau of Stolen Memories is inspired by The Shining. And that scene in the hotel, if you look, you'll see that there's this huge monster kind of coming down the hallway to two of the adventurers. The room numbers are references to the movie The Shining and room numbers in the Overlook Hotel. So that's just a kind of an indication. If you like horror movies, if you like that kind of dark setting, it's going to be a really, really neat adventure, and unlike any that we've done so far.
Very cool.
Yeah, very
and I know
cool.
that we have
And I can attest to the fact, I ended up like Scatman Crothers. So there's plenty of ways to die, opportunities to screw up. I've nailed a couple of them already.
That was one of the sad. I remember watching that movie as a kid, and which thanks, Mom and Dad. The Shining. I mean, I was 6, but I joke. I was 8. But that, yes, the carpet too, Marif. It's all sort of informed by the film. I remember when Scatman died, I was like, what? How could that happen? And it was like, I was counting on him. He was going to save the day. Yeah, that was very traumatic for young Martin. So this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am actually going to be, didn't I bring it down here? I am going to be taking the Roll Seekers, which is a very fun live stream group here in Northwest Indiana. I am taking them through this famous first level campaign, The One Who Watches From Below, first level DCC campaign. They are leveling up their peasants. Like today, I was getting text messages from them asking me about how to level up because they are new to DCC. So if you want to see me in the judge's seat, that will be, I think it's going to be on their channel, and then maybe somehow you can find it from here. But 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern?
7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah, because 6 o'clock our time.
Okay.
Yes.
I definitely want to watch that. I remember when you ran us through it, and I had some unfortunate things that happened to me. Why is it always me?
Was that you? Was it you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I cannot wait to see how that goes. Oh my gosh. Keith says that he has his partner has a shirt with that Overlook carpet pattern. That's so awesome. Speaking of carpet pattern, still have not gotten my Gen Con Indianapolis Convention Center. No, I have not bought any Indianapolis Convention Center carpet. Did you see her face?
Oh my gosh.
palette of carpet shows up. Yeah, it's funny. I don't know.
You need something to put the hurdy-gurdy on, Martin.
It's true.
It's got to go on that convention center carpet.
That's actually what Martin was talking about earlier when he said he's hopefully going to have something fun to show us in a couple of weeks.
The Gen Con had to send out an email. I don't know if you all saw this. So, they always have the charity auction. They sent out an email specifically saying, we will not be accepting carpet squares for the charity auction, which might be a mistake. I mean, I don't know how much people are going to be willing to spend on Indianapolis Convention Center carpet. But,
but so what does the new carpet look like?
I haven't seen it.
That is a mystery.
This will be the one, if you ever want to lick the carpet, this might be your best.
Is that a normal thing for people?
Okay, Martin. All right.
When Cthulhu talks to you, yes.
This
Yeah.
is true.
Puts those eldritch murmurs in your brain. I can say I'm confident that seeing that new carpet is what I'm looking forward to most at Gen Con. I mean, that's the experience of a lifetime. New convention center carpet.
That's how I got Jacqueline there. I'm like, hey, if you're ever going to go, it's new carpet.
You can
Do it
eat off
now.
of it. Like, if you drop your food on the floor, don't even worry about it.
5-second rule in effect.
I
We
think
wanna-
when I walk in, I'm just gonna stop in the doorway. Let people pile up behind me, and I'm just gonna stare. We should do a selfie. We all lie on the carpet like we're doing snow angels.
Snow angels. Yep, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So we will set. We'll post it on our social media if you want to meet in this main hallway. We'll take a big selfie lying on the new carpet. We could do it from the balcony. You know, like we could have someone up above by Card Holla. They could shoot down, and we would all be lying on the carpet.
Yeah, that needs to bring his camera.
I'm sure he will. Yeah. Which is just reminded me of one other fun thing about Gen Con is we found out that Matt Morrow, who is the cover artist for Chaos Before the Mast and for all Chimera Great and Small and
diapers
and diapers and daycares
Yeah.
and dwellings and driveways, he is coming to Gen Con for the first time ever.
Nice.
And he
Because
is-
there's new carpet.
I think it was. He's an
Yeah.
artist. You know, like artists are coming from everywhere to see what will be unveiled.
He's
So
gonna get there
he-
and be like, I could have done better.
He is going to he's working at a table with another artist, but we are definitely going to get him to booth 167 to sign art and meet people. If you wanted to meet him, I think that will be really fun.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
looking forward to it. Yes.
Yeah, I wish he drew the carpet. Yeah, he'll autograph the carpet every square. So yeah, you can see anything else on the horizon that you all want to chime in on. Hopefully we're gaming Friday. I haven't seen the email.
Yeah, I'd love to chime in on that. It'd be great if we could game. It's
Yeah.
starving for a game.
We are
Gotta
in
And
a
be
then Jackie's kicking my butt.
precarious predicament. It'd be good to get out.
Yes. All right. Well then, you know what time it is. It is time for So You Think You're a Peasant.
Woo! Let's go.
If you are tuning in to Honor Among Thieves for the first time, thank you. Really. And that sounds no, thanks for watching. We do a very fun thing on this show. We have from the very beginning, 35 episodes ago, called So You Think You're
old.
Experienced. I'm like level 10. In Dungeon Crawl Classics, you start as a 0 level peasant. And you're not a hero. You are someone who just sort of struggles day by day to make a living and survive. And one of the things you do when you create a 0 level character is you roll on an occupation table to find out what kind of peasant you are. So in the core rule book, this is on page 22 and 23. And I am going to roll on this table to discover what kind of peasant you will be. And then you will have 2 minutes to search your dwelling, to find the item that I have named, or something convincingly enough similar that our friends in the chat will vote for you. So we'll have a moment for you to unveil what you have found. We'll have a poll in the chat, and we will find out who will be tonight's true peasant.
And
Martin,
I think
in
we
addition
all
to-
have
Sorry,
Yes.
go ahead.
we all have a good chance because Kate's not here.
I was just going to say, I'm feeling a lot more confident than usual for some reason.
That is true. One of our usual members of the show is actually playing. She is a percussionist, and how's this for cool? She is accompanying a silent film in California, an original composition. She's playing something like 20 different instruments.
Yeah.
Uh,
Crazy.
so yeah, but what that means for all of you is you could win tonight because she seems to own one of every peasant item. So,
But Hayden, what were you going to say?
I had an important question for the game. In addition to my dwelling, am I permitted to check my driveway?
Yes.
If you can make it back in 2 minutes, we're timing you, man.
Yeah, if you can make it back in 2 minutes. I mean, I think we have had a show where, Lance, didn't you run outside and rip something out of your yard?
I did.
Yeah. So, yeah, wherever you can go to a neighbor.
I want to follow up on that and ask if my reference was received or if it was just so uninteresting that you didn't have a reaction.
No, I got Dwellings and Driveways, one of our hit parody modules.
That took me a minute.
Oh, wow.
I was right there with you. Dwellings and Driveways, D&D. That's the kind of clever wordplay.
Man, you know what? I got stung by bees like 2 hours ago. That's what I'm blaming my miss on that.
Yeah, you're probably having a reaction.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna roll. There will be 2 minutes on the clock. Kate is all the peasants. All right. So I have rolled a 74. You are a mendicant.
Oh, no.
And we all know what mendicants carry.
I don't know what a mendicant is.
Isn't it like a religious beggar? Chat?
Siri.
I think a mendicant is someone who's like a religious beggar.
Chat.
I shouldn't even be letting you see. I don't think this is fair.
Yes, you're right. A religious beggar.
Okay, so put your phone away. This is a game of skill and wit. Your item as a mendicant is cheese dip. Yeah, so cheese dip. Because that is, I suppose if you had cheese dip, you would have to go begging for chips or vegetables or something to put in the cheese dip. We'll see what they come up with. And I know that at least Andrea is at slight disadvantage because I don't recall having any cheese dip in our house. Hayden as a, oh my God. Oh, look at that. You were kind of, I kind of thought you might have a shot at this, Lance. Your son might too.
My wife is Puerto Rican.
I think if it would have been, oh, wow. Holy cow. Keith is already back with, he was having nachos for dinner. He has cheese dip.
Oh, Keith.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that sounds good, actually.
Well done.
Yeah. Yeah, way to go. This would have been a great night actually to have Kate on the show because Kate is a vegan. And so it would have been interesting to see what kind of cheese dip she came up with. I guess vegan cheese dip.
Yeah.
If she has some.
She probably does.
All right. I think we're going to do last one back, first one in. Hayden, I thought as a young, soon to be 20-something tomorrow, you would have plenty of dips. 25. Plenty of dips and salsas in your house. What do you have as a mendicant?
Yes, Martin. Well, you see, one of my favorite ways to enjoy cheese is to just get damp chips and then shove them into a bag of shredded cheese. And to show you how committed I am to this weird way of eating, I have the biggest bag of cheese ever witnessed by mankind right here. It lasts me for ages and ages. It's actually it's an optical illusion. This is a bag of holding full of an infinite amount of cheese in which I can dip things.
Okay.
Enjoy. Feast
So
your
there,
eyes.
we will see. Yeah, Mayor Purcell was wondering about rutabaga dip. Yeah, that's right. It would be interesting to know. Yeah, that is a great point. I had forgotten about Gru and so Keith has all the references. All right, so do we like the cheese bag? We'll see. Lance, what do you have for us?
I have queso blanco cheese dip.
Oh
my goodness, that looks delicious.
Yes, I think I'm going to put some of it on my chili after the show today.
All right. Now, is that the kind of cheese dip that the mendicant would carry?
Yes, it's you can see reset thought process. Yes, there are a great number of Spanish people that are Catholics, and the vow of poverty for some Catholic monks, they give all their money away some nuns too, I believe, and this is all in Spanish. So yes, I believe that mendicant. That's got mendicant written all over it.
That's
Right,
got
for
mendicant
cultural
written all over it.
studies.
That's
That
why I'm
was
sticking
it.
to it.
That was a thrilling anthropological monologue, Lance, and historical, religious. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
We'll see what they think in the chat. Andrea,
We did not have cheese dip.
I wondered about that. Every day I say, "Where's the cheese dip?" And she says, "Go beg for some, slacker." But
Quit begging.
this is not a game where you have to have the exact thing. You just have to have a plausible argument. So
Yes.
bring us your plausible argument.
Well, this is actually in honor of Kate. She's not here today, so I'm going to share with you mush, which is something that a beggar, religious or not, could also eat. And
They could eat lots of things. Okay.
Is mush vegan cheese dip? Is that the same thing?
yes,
It is made with oats.
oats, overnight oats, and this is strawberry flavored because strawberries and cheese are perfect together.
Okay. Is that
Jacqueline
it?
wasn't worried about my explanation. She was more worried about my pronunciation. Like 3 times as I was coming back into the office, she's like, "Say it again. This is how you say it." Oh, now what are we doing?
Also have cream cheese.
Oh, now you're getting there.
In case you don't like the mush,
Wow.
you can choose the cream cheese.
So-
If you
so much
smash
for the-
mush and cream cheese together, do you get cheese dip?
yes.
And so much for the like, oh, this is in honor of our vegan. And then you whip this out. Come on.
She's the one who introduced us to
She did introduce
to
us
the
to mush.
overnight oats.
So
Not only are you a mendicant, you're an alchemist too, fusing them together.
an alkadent. So Lance, because I just want to make sure since Jackie worked so hard, can you say the name of that cheese again?
Do I have to?
Yeah. Take me south of the border.
Queso blanco.
Ah, see. Very nice. We are an international show also, so thank you very much. All right, Elena, I think that we have heard some thrilling arguments for these peasants. Why don't we open up the vote for those of you who are in the chat with us? Do you like the bag of holding full of shredded cheese meant to be a dip? Do you like the authentic queso blanco in the jar? Or do you like mush? A sort of creamed food. I'll give you that.
You could dip things in
You
it.
could dip things in it. Okay, I see the poll is open, but I'm not seeing the results yet. Oh, what's going on? Can I see them? Oh, I gotta open the window. Here we go. How's it going? Okay. Oh, I just lost it. Where'd it go? Okay, it's looking, wow, Lance, it's looking pretty good for you. Andrea, you might want to start begging.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, there it is. There's the pity vote. That's what we
Do I
like.
got to get down on my knees here,
That's
people?
what we like. That's what we like to see.
This loss is so massive I can't even fit it in the bag.
Oh.
You've been shredded. All right. Okay. The time you got creamed.
Oh, dang.
Now I'm on fire. Okay. I think that there's no way to overcome this landslide of a vote.
Wow.
I mean, Lance, you're
I
a
don't-
peasant.
Wow.
I don't have to be grumpy anymore.
Oh,
I can just take my shirt off right now.
everything's coming up, Lance.
And Murph
That-
herself is letting us know that this contest is cheesy.
We're trying to string you along.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
There's a mozzarella. I was gonna do a mozzarella joke, but I lost it.
Yeah.
Lance, I only think it's fitting that you should win after the trauma that you suffered just before the show. You can apply some of that queso blanco to the stings.
Yes, Martin, it was a breeze.
Quit milking this victory.
Oh, Brie.
A breeze.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm like, I can't do it. All right, but I like
You
that.
got him, Lance.
You did. That was really good. That was really good. Now I have to think.
I owed him one for that whole tag team thing with Hayden Dwellings and Driveways that went
Yeah.
right by me.
I'll see you in 15 seconds. I have to go put this back in my refrigerator.
Yeah, we don't want you to waste an entire bag of cheese.
John would kill me.
Yeah, run, I tell you. Wow, so that was very exciting. And what would rhyme? Could we say? I could have told Hayden he wouldn't win. Do you know why?
Why?
Because cheddars never prosper.
Cheddars
Cheddars never
never.
prosper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Cheaters never
Oh,
prosper.
cheaters.
Cheddars never prosper.
Ah,
Yeah, I knew what you were trying for, but it seemed like it was just a little bit too much of a stretch to react to.
This loss is making me feel very blue. Jeez.
Oh, well, Keith believes, Lance, that you had a good win.
an unfettered win.
An unfettered win. All right, I am.
You know what? I'm going to retreat back into the cottage.
We are so ready now. You are all in the spirit of gaming now because it is time to check in with the world's unluckiest adventurers. Tonight, the party is reduced to merely 2 heroes: Bruce, the intrepid warrior, Sandy, the cleric of Gorhan, out to sort of avenge his fallen brother Randy. But you do have something going for you tonight that you didn't 2 weeks ago, and that is you are now level 8. So before we get into this game, you are going to roll for some hit points, and let's see what kind of hardiness you have gained.
All right. Come on, Bruce. All right. Rolled a 9.
Ooh, pretty good.
And so stand +1. So that's 10 hit points more, taking me to 62.
You will be short. Short gore-handed.
And I got a 5, but because Sandy has a -1 in his stamina, I get 4.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's
You know
quite
why
all
that
right.
happened? You know why that happened?
Oh, please tell me.
Because you literally have a Cthulhu dice roller behind you, and you just threw it like a dork. I mean, look
Like
at
a
you,
dope.
like a dope.
Here's the problem, though. If I have it up here rolling in it, then the viewers can't see it gorgeously adorning my bookshelf.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I'm doing this for our fans, Martin.
We'll have to talk to our cinematographer about how to do that.
Yeah,
All right.
they can rig a second camera for me.
Our first choice was definitely a Gorhan dice tower, but we could not find one.
Oh.
I think there's room for Gaming Honors to swoop in,
Yeah.
produce the
Gorhan
Gorhan dice tower. So last episode, if you're just tuning in, our adventurers had been in a hair-raising battle with a wizard named Turnippa and a warrior who had sort of come into a town, forced the peasants living there to confront our heroes in a battle for magic dirt. The heroes were able to send that special soil back to Dadzakri to help the Rutabaga underground reseed its crops. So needed this magic soil. They went to fight these peasants. They found out that the peasants were fighting under duress. They were fighting because they had to, because Turnippa had come to hold their families hostage unless they confronted our heroes. So you have successfully freed the villagers. You have sent the soil back to Dadzakri, to the rebellion, to the underground. But you know in your hearts that no root vegetables are safe. No root vegetable farmers are safe until you end the fell dragon Radicchio and Rutabetti's reign of terror. And yes, I had to write that monologue down because it was just that stirring. But yeah, it's really
Martin,
sort of
please.
St. Crispin's Day kind of speech moment. We're canceling the root apocalypse. Thank you.
One head of lettuce at a time.
One head of lettuce at a time. So, but here's the trouble, and you know you've had this challenge before. Every time you finally get into combat with Rutabetti, she teleports away, or she transmutes herself, transforms herself, and escapes. So the challenge is, how can you stop her when she's always escaping? Sandy, the evening after the combat, as you are praying to Gorhan by the fire, the clouds part and a bearded face appears between the clouds, and you hear a mighty voice. Sandy! Can you hear me, Sandy?
My lord, the helmed vengeance speaks to me?
Yes, for one night only, so listen up.
Yes, sir.
You must find a holy relic, a sacred relic of our church that will root Rutabetti to this plane. It will stop her from escaping you when you encounter her next time. Do you have it in you to quest for this holy relic?
My adventuring party and I will do whatever it takes to take away the source of Rutabetti's teleportados.
That's what I like to hear. Do you have any cheese dip?
No,
you don't.
I'm sorry, my lord.
Yes, it's very disappointing.
I have come a long way from my days as a meager mendicant.
Well, worry not. I here, close your eyes and I will show you where you must go to find the relic. And yes, you get a vision. You're sort of like, it's like a drone copter, like you see yourself flying through the Vegemite mountains, like you see the path and you know where to go, and just like that, and suddenly you wake up. You had nodded off, but you still hear the mighty voice of Gorhan echoing in your head. Find the relic, 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 relic. Sandy, 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 Sandy.
I always imagine Gorhan more like Travolta from Grease. Sandy!
Find the relic. Well, I almost feel as if Gorhan has infused me with 8th level cleric powers.
Yes, he has, and yes, every time I try to talk to somebody, it's sorry this, forgive me for that. Yes, that is exactly the vision of Gorhan that you should have had in your head.
Yeah, I appreciate you cut out the part where he just complained about whiny clerics for 5 minutes.
I did. I forgot. So led by your vision, I assume you're going to follow.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I tell Bruce, I feel invigorated. We have a new quest to stop Rutabetti. We must make haste.
So
Bruce is like, well, you seem to be the only other person here, and I don't have any initiative on my own, so all right.
Woo!
Wow, somebody needs to get a self-help book, because Bruce, what is your personality score, Bruce?
Oh, let's see. My personality score would be a 12.
That's
But
not
I've
bad.
taken a lot of blows to the head, if you remember, in the last several sessions, and been stunned several times.
Yeah, I really hope I roll disapproval tonight so that I'm forced to convert you.
Bruce is in concussion protocol at the moment, but
That's yeah. For a while there, Lance, I couldn't tell if we were talking about Bruce or Lance in terms of but needless, whoever it is, you have traveled, and sure enough, in the side of a mountain, in the Vegemite Mountains, you come upon a door, a sort of solid stone door with figures carved into it. And as you stare at this door, another voice rings out.
Can Bruce hear it?
Bruce can hear it. This
Okay.
is, yes, everyone can hear this voice. And before this voice speaks, I have a couple of ground rules. No cell phones, and people in the chat are welcome to help, but you cannot give the answer. So here you hear that. Wow. Wow. Nice. I like
Ready.
the commitment.
Let's
So
go.
here you go. Seekers, to gain entry, you must prove your knowledge. In ancient lore, what two mighty vegetables gave birth to the rutabaga?
Bruce, you traveled long with Hack before me. What knowledge did he share with you?
Hmm.
Two vegetables gave birth to the mighty rutabaga.
So, how does an intelligence roll with a bonus from our character's backstories sound?
It sounds like you need to work a little harder.
One of them, I think it's a beat. I'm trying to figure out the other one.
Do you,
Can't
do
remember
you,
who the
do
beat-
you,
who the
do
beat
you
was
say that?
dating.
Do you say beat out loud?
I trust.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I'd say
Okay.
one of them's a beat. I can't remember who he was dating at the time.
No! And a bolt of lightning comes shooting down from the sky. You take 4 points of damage.
Both of us or
believe
just
it.
Bruce?
Just Bruce.
Okay.
Two vegetables.
I need to stop thinking out loud.
Well, this is a predicament. I have.
I did not know. Unfortunately, our if you watch the show often, you know that part of the Rutabaga riot is Dice Station Zebra and Joss Stitch, who couldn't join us tonight. And I bet I would have put money on Joss Stitch.
Yes.
Knowing
Yes.
sources of Rutabaga.
We miss you, Justin.
We miss you, Joss Stitch. But I believe in Mare herself and Keith the Gamer Geek. Yeah, it is negative reinforcement. This is what is that?
It's the capital of Assyria.
I don't know that.
What's your favorite color? Red. No, blue.
All right. Give
I
me.
have an idea, Martin. Something that
Okay.
I know that Sandy would feel compelled.
Yes.
compelled
Thank
to
you.
try.
You have a magic. You have a spell that could help in this situation?
I've got a lot of hit points. I can just keep guessing for a while.
I think we
spend-
would all enjoy that.
I'll
So-
spin the hero pin around.
So this door is obviously infused with the essence of some creature, and I'm hoping I can appeal to this essence. Sandy holds out his holy symbol of Gorhan, and he sweeps his arms out, and he says, "Open!" And he casts word of command on the door.
If there's one thing gods love, it's being commanded by their followers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've often heard
Certainly.
that. So yeah, you don't have guidance or something?
He's going for the door.
I know. It's a spell.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, Mare herself is trying to help.
I have
Anyway,
a mace.
22, Martin. How does a 22 do on forcing the door to open with magic from the god who rules the door?
You know what it does is it does give you some influence on the chat, and Mare herself has named one of the vegetables for you.
Ooh.
So I feel that knock in my mind from Gorhan's magic. I mean Murph herself, and I say, turnip.
Yes, that is one of them.
Good. Very good. All right, Bruce.
I say radish.
The people say radish. No. You take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, it gets worse.
But I will say, radish, you actually, as you say it, you sort of cough as the lightning strikes. You sort of are coughing it out. And radish, and they think you said cabbage, and the door swings open. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, the rutabaga was born of, they think it was a wild crossing of turnips and cabbages.
Huh.
So the
Are
doors.
you for real?
I'm so real. I prepared. I write modules. I prepared for this.
How dare Hack be sick today?
Don't get too comfortable yet. Hey Ken, nice to see you. You're just in time because the door swings open.
As it's opening, I'm gonna heal Bruise right now.
Oh, okay, roll. Let me see how it goes.
Because Bruise just got blasted, and let me take away Gorhan's righteous anger from you for what lies ahead. 26. What is your alignment, Bruise? Lawful. Okay. Same. Huge number. All right, you get up to 5 dice back. So
wow, take them all
for what lies ahead.
And that'll do
Get
it.
it. Head of lettuce.
Thank
I'm
you.
with you. You're such a carroting person. It's a really exciting caper.
Oh.
Leave me alone.
Are you all healed up, Bruise? Let's see.
100%. Oh,
Let's see
thank you, sir.
Okay, so the door swings open, and Elena, it is time to show our adventurers what they see. And those of you watching the stream, you should see a tiled floor. The floor is covered with symbols.
Ooh, is it hopscotch?
Well, you are going to have to figure it out because you see these runes. Is it all showing up now? Okay,
Coming
and
up
can
now.
you all see it in the chat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool. Okay.
And you are at the bottom of it. Okay, so you are at the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
So you see all of these floor tiles, and each has this writing on it. Same rules, no phones, no other sources. Maybe you can get some help from the chat, but this is what you see.
So we are not on any of the letter tiles yet.
Not yet. No. Nope.
Let's try to find the word rutabaga or something similar in this grid of letters. Bruce, do you think that might?
Yes.
Isn't it amazing how much I look like the Stranger Things letters on this? I was like, wow, I look like I was writing. I'm like,
There must be some word of
just like psycho.
All right. So on the bottom row, each letter has an R after it. That's one thing I notice. Then on the top above that, everything has an S at the end. ESASISSSS. And above that, STIVIV. Okay. Huh. Very interesting.
I'm wondering if whatever this phrase is might need to be in a straight line, or if we will have to wind around. Martin, is there anything else in here of note besides the tile floor, or is this?
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
All right. 17.
Jacobs can notice that each letter happens at least 2 times.
You do notice that the walls and the ceiling are just riddled with small holes.
Oh, well. That's concerning. Like I said, 2-letter A. Any chance we can?
Oh yeah,
and we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom of the screen, and we want to get to the top of the screen.
You do. You have to get over these tiles. Elena, can you put the map back up? Thank you.
Logic puzzles, boy.
All right. I guess Sandy is getting impatient and wants to figure something out here.
Then he probably should suggest some tile that Bruce should step on first and be like, I think it's that one. And
Well,
Bruce
you
will
could-
step out and see what happens.
I would, Bruce, I think that maybe it would be good to press something into the tile while you're not standing on it and see if we cannot get blasted by arrows or whatever's going to happen if we are incorrect.
All right, so I grab Sandy by the shoulders and put his feet on one of the tiles and push him down.
Which one do you push me down on?
No, I don't do that for real. I'll take my long sword. And where do you, any ideas? Let's see. B. Man, I just can't figure anything out. We'll try BR. So I push my sword down on BR.
For Bruce.
Okay.
For Bruce.
It goes down slightly and nothing happens.
Then I will stand on it.
And nothing happens.
Okay. BR. S. Us. 2 E's. Let's try. What do you say we try SA for Sandy in reverse? What do you think, Sandy?
Let's give it a go.
I'll
Right.
try Sandy.
So
in
wait,
reverse.
so you're standing on the one right in front of it, the AS?
Yeah, first I'm going to press the sword on it, like be
Yeah.
obvious, like, all right, check it out. And then if it's same reaction, then I'll get on AS.
Yeah, nothing happens. You're able to get on it.
Okay, and then is Sandy able to get on BR?
Yes, he is.
All right, I'm behind him.
Okay.
So, just to understand how we can navigate this, if we're on AS, does it only look like we could reasonably go to any of the tiles that are diagonal or adjacent from that one?
No, you could make it. You couldn't get to the far end. Like you couldn't get to the AV. You probably have a choice. You probably have a choice of 4. Like if you're on the AS, you have a choice of
IS TV.
Yeah.
Is that TU or TV?
TU.
TU.
Yeah, TU.
AS worked. ES repeated. We don't want one that repeats, if my thinking would be correct. On this line, does anything repeat? No.
So we have BR. If it's
IS
just
is
spelling out
next
a
to
word,
that
it'd be
one on that
BRAS.
side. Try, I suppose I'll try SI.
Yeah, you are safe.
Okay.
You really are doing quite well. The voice rings out.
BRASSI.
So now I will go. Where am I at again? I'm on it. SI.
SI.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
go
on
to
the third.
CA.
Yes.
CA.
And Sandy, you're always just one tile behind him.
Yep.
Okay.
He is racking his brain as this goes on, stunned that we're stumbling our way into so much success.
Yeah.
Now
Your
I'm
hand's
I'm
really
going to the N.
Yes.
Yep.
You are still fine.
Yep. And I'm on the N. That's IUIAEO.
IUIAEO. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go to the U.
Okay. A dart whistles out of the wall. You take 5 points of damage, and I need you to make a Constitution save.
Fortitude save.
Fortitude save, yes.
Yeah, fort save. And those saves are always on a D20, right?
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Unless once you level up, I think it does. I think you just get the bonus.
It's the bonus. I'm at +6 with my stamina. Here we go.
Yep.
I rolled a 15. I get a +6. That's 21.
Okay, that's fine. You feel a sort of poison sort of flowing through you, but you fight it off, and so the U disappears, and you just see a black void under where that tile was.
Well, now I want to go to the D.
There is no D.
Isn't it RDN in front of me?
No, you're still on.
You're on the
still
N.
on the end.
You're still on the N.
Oh, I didn't get to take the U for missing it.
No.
Understood. All right, then I'm going to go the
A or the I?
let's see. A's there. No E. I'll try and jump to the E.
All right. You jump to the E. Whoosh! Another dart flies out. You take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And I would like you to actually make a reflex save as
Okay.
that tile just dissolves below you.
Okay. I rolled a 9. I've got 3. It's a 12.
All right. You know what? That's enough. You can't. You actually have to like jump back to this space, so you're back on the N.
Okay, back on the N.
Yep.
So I will try the A now.
The A holds steady.
Okay.
We'll jump
Onto
onto
the
the
A.
N.
Then
Brad
I like the P.
Okay. Yep. And the P is safe.
Yep. And then okay.
I swear, if this is like the Latin like taxonomy name for like rutabagas or something, I'm gonna scream.
Who would do that?
Oh, you
Then I'll go to
jerk.
I'll go to the US.
Oh,
Yes.
come on.
And you safely, well done. You hear like a gong of victory. Yes, Brassica napus is the Latin name for rutabaga. Well done. So I think we all learned something there.
I don't know if I've ever solved a puzzle without solving the puzzle. Thank you, Bruce.
I was just you know what? I think Gorham was speaking to me as I went. That's all I can say.
In that way,
Maybe
yeah.
I am getting converted.
Yeah, in retrospect, I probably should have made that much more dangerous. But well done. That was all of my Google research.
No, I thought it was enjoyable. Please, no,
good.
no need to be more dangerous.
Excellent. In
I mean,
front
we
of
messed
you,
up twice, right?
in front of you now, you see a giant room, sort of almost opulent. And standing in the middle of the room is a pedestal. In the middle of this pedestal, and resting on it, it's about, let's say, 60 feet away from you. So it's a huge room. 60 feet away, there's a pedestal in the middle. And resting on it is a rutabaga as red as a ruby. Should we call it a ruby bega? Maybe we should. That's how beautiful this apparent rutabaga is resting on this pedestal.
It's apparent.
Not a parent. It's it looks like a rutabaga. You're 60 feet away, you can't know, but it's shining this beautiful red rutabaga on this pedestal.
All right. Let's take a look around the walls and the floor. What do we see, Martin?
The floor actually is covered in sort of sand. The sort of sandy floor. Maybe it's like the bottom of the cave. It's sandy.
Is it?
Not you, but you know, there's sand. The walls and you don't see any of these little holes anywhere in the walls.
Do we see any cabbage or any turnips?
No. The only thing in this room really is this rutabaga, which seems to be actually lit by a kind of supernatural light, kind of streaming from the top of the cathedral-like room, just lighting this rutabaga.
Yo, Sandy, this rutabaga is lit.
That's right.
Sandy's gonna get to the edge of where the sand starts up. So for a lot of the room where the ground is sandy, does it look like there is still stone visibly right underneath the sand, or is it a layer of sand that I cannot see through?
If the ground is sandy and sandy is sandy, can Bruce tell the difference, or is he invisible now?
Make an intelligence check, Bruce.
Let's see. Let me tell you how that goes. Hey, I rolled a 2, and my intelligence modifier is +0, so I have a 2.
You're lost. You're like, Sandy, where'd you go?
Sandy! Sandy!
It's a good question. Sandy, what you notice is it would be like if you're on a beach. You know, like you start to dig and you're like, there just seems to be sand. It's like you're on a beach.
Mm-hmm. So I try to stick my arm in right at the end of it and see if it seems, not very sturdy. If my arm can just go right down like several feet, that's not good.
No, it's like a beach. Like you have to dig. Like you can't just like push. It's not like quicksand. You have to sort of dig.
All right.
Hey, Sandy, do we have any of that magic dirt with us? Did we save any samples of the magic dirt we were carrying?
I don't think I can say that we did, because I'm pretty sure we already brought it back to the resistance and then also offered a lot of it up to the peasants who we saved.
Well, that was a dumb idea.
Helping those peasants.
I think that just to be safe before we jump into this bruise, I am going to ask for Gorhan's blessing to keep us afloat in this sea of uncertainty. So I'm going to cast Blessing.
Very good. Now we've got some cleric magic.
Now we got some cleric jams.
Yep, and I just need to find where Blessing is in the book real quick. So sorry, give me 1 second. Blessing is on page 255. I rolled like crap, so I probably lost it. +8.
Maybe you need to rutabaga for help.
Oh, that was
rutabaga for help.
A turn is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not a good way to start the question.
All right,
June.
I say, come, Gorhan. We have waded through some of your trials. We are so close to our goal. I ask for your blessing, and I cast it again. There we go. 22. So. Bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, spell checks. 1d3 plus 8, 11. Lasts for 10 minutes. I ray a holy aura. As long as you are within 5 feet of me, Bruce, so let's stay close. You also have all of these massive bonuses. So
nice.
Yep.
Gorhan formation.
And it's pretty crazy. I mean, you have a +11 to saving throws and skill checks.
Holy cow!
And attack rolls and damage rolls. So
save, skills, attack, and damage. Nice.
All right. You want to start wading through this sand, my friend?
Let's do it. I'll lead.
Okay.
All right.
Watch my 6.
Step in and start making my way to the ruby.
So you walk, and it is like walking on a beach, so a little give in the sand, but nothing traumatic. And soon enough, you are standing before the pedestal. And on the pedestal it looks like it is carved of gemstones in the shape of a rutabaga resting on this pedestal.
This better be worth it, Sandy. Do you know what it's like getting sand in your plate armor?
Hey, at least your plate armor is moving as you walk, unlike several times before.
Oh, now you're just being mean.
Oh, sorry, I'm stressed. I'm enduring a trial of my god.
You can go handle it.
It's like an episode of The Odd Couple.
Grumpy old man, yeah.
I try to grab the ruby bega.
Okay, now I would say.
Did you ever watch Indiana?
I was going to say, I would say, Sandy, that some of us of a certain generation would know you don't just grab the thing off there before you measure out the bag of sand, but too late. Yeah, so you grab that, dare we say, idol.
Martin, I know my movies.
Pedestal.
That didn't even work.
And
tentacles
come blasting out of the sand. Roll for initiative.
Ah!
I love it.
All right.
You saw it.
Eight-
You knew it was
18.
coming.
I knew, yes.
18 for Bruce.
Okay.
7 for Sandy.
I like the NPR. That's a 7 from Sandy. Is that your podcast voice? I like it.
Welcome to All Things Considered. This is Sandy the Cleric.
Oh, very nice. I brought
Wow,
some-
we're gonna have to have a. We
got some
accept
tentacles.
donations. We need to have a telethon. All right,
Take
Bruce,
donations of rutabagas.
Bruce, you are actually
Benefit
first. There are tentacles all around you. Yeah, very
Ooh,
nice.
yeah.
Look at that. My theater of the mind has been
Oh,
enriched.
so you know what? Just today I was watching the Watcher from Below or the Watcher in the Water on Fellowship of the Rings. So I'm going total tentacle smash.
All right.
Mace. My mighty deed.
Tentacle.
My mighty deed will be to hit one tentacle and then smash it into another one so they become intertwined and they get tied up in a knot.
All right.
That is a cool deed if I've ever heard one.
Is it just tentacle?
That they can. Well, they haven't told. Yeah, you see the floor. There is some sort of mass below the sand. So yeah,
Okay.
you can see a kind of mass
So
below
it's not
the
like
sand.
Star Wars, not like Return of the Jedi.
I mean, there are
Mm.
definitely tentacles, but
Okay.
there's also. Oh, it's not the Starlight Pit. No.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
So 1D. Okay, and then that's 1D10 plus 2. The new, I got to adjust my brain to my 8th level excellentness.
how exciting would that have been if it spit a Mandalorian helmet at us?
Oh, I should make a note of
First,
it.
first hit is a potential critical because my threat range is 18 to 20. I rolled a natural 19
Okay.
and I rolled a 6 on the deed.
All right.
So I
So
believe if that's a crit, which I think it is,
yeah, it is.
then I'm on the
your
deed.
plus 11 bonus.
Oh, and then plus 11. Yeah. So,
You hit. You hit.
yeah, hit. So it's going to be 11 damage. Before the crit, it's 11, 12, and so then that's 18, 19, and you gave me and
Plus
then-
11, so that would be 30.
Yeah, so far we're at 30 without the crit.
Holy moly!
Bruce, you're an
Bruce.
animal.
That's
That's fine.
amazing.
Crit table
This is-
V right here.
this
And this
is-
is awesome. So now on the crit table, I get to roll 2d20 at 8th level on table 5.
Holy. Okay, what page is that?
That is, I'm sorry, guys, 86, page
Thank
86.
Wow.
Sorry,
All right.
viewers out there, I was so excited I forgot to keep you going along with me here.
You know what this is? This is Jack Sparrow pulling out his cutlass and leaping into the mouth of the Kraken.
Yeah.
So it's 24 on table 5. Strike severs a weapon arm, inflict an additional 2d12 damage, and with this strike, the foe is disarmed, literally and figuratively. So I got one of the tentacles smashed off, and that's another. That for the damage on that, it's going to be another 8, and then another 3, so another 11 damage.
So the total is
41.
41.
That's my first attack.
Gosh.
And then with
okay.
my second attack, boogers. I rolled an 8. I rolled a 1 on the deed die. That's a 9 plus 11 is still 20. And
Yeah,
then
that's-
plus 1 for my strength is 21. That
It
blessing
still
really
hits.
helped.
Yeah, it still hits.
All right. So that is.
And I should tell you, after that first strike, right? You sever a tentacle completely off. Blood is red. Dare we say rutabaga red blood is spouting everywhere. And yeah, it seems pretty hurt.
So
And the
it's
mass is
gonna
like
take
poking
another.
out of the sand. You see it like heaving out of the sand.
Takes another 16.
All right.
That's on my second attack. I'm just crushing with that mace.
Yeah, and now you see the creature. It doesn't seem to have legs at all. It's almost like a spider with multiple legs like tentacles, right? And it's ripped itself out of the sand, you can see a sort of gaping maw, and its tentacles come lashing out. 2 are coming at you,
Okay.
Bruce. I've got a 27 and a 20.
Both of those will hit.
All right.
19 is your number.
You are going to take 10 points of damage as these sort of slap down at you. And then Sandy, 2 more come lashing out at you. So I've got a 26 and an 18.
Oh, those will both hit for sure.
That's for 8 points of damage as this massive creature, sand pouring off the sides of its body now that it's exposed, is lashing all these tentacles out at you. Sandy, it's your turn.
Okay, so the first thing that Sandy does is he strikes out his symbol of Gorhan and says, "Suffer the wrath of the righteous beast," and he casts Bolt from the Blue, one of his new spells.
Don't know that one.
That sounds good. Uh-oh.
It sounded good. It looked terrible with the facial expression.
Oh, and he loses Bolt from the Blue for the rest of today.
Dude, you blew it.
Oh, I like it. Did you roll a 1?
Yep, it is disapproval time.
All right, let's see what Gorhan has to say about your sad attempts to marshal his power.
This is the payback for me greed casting blessing twice.
Yeah, greed casting.
Okay,
You know he's
but
cranky.
it's only a 1 on the fail, so 1d4. I rolled a 2 for the disapproval table, and now I just need to get back to the disapproval table. Where is that dastardly dastard? There we go. The cleric must pray for forgiveness immediately. He must spend at least 1 hour in prayer, beginning as soon as he is able, i.e., if he is in combat, he can wait until the danger is over. Okay, I have 2 hours to spend an hour in prayer, so I'll do that after this combat is over and beg for forgiveness for how much I goofed up.
Okay.
The whole mendicant angle's coming back again.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm going to increase my disapproval range to 2. And I am going to try something else since that did not work. This time, I am going to curse the target, this strange beast. So I'm going to cast a curse. Wow.
Is that a good wow or a bad wow?
I lost curse, and I am rolling disapproval again.
You seem like you're cursed.
You're having the worst pre-birthday ever.
I rolled a 1 on the disapproval table this time.
Your birthday eve.
That's right. The cleric must atone for his sins. He must do nothing but utter chants and intonations for the next 10 minutes, starting as soon as he is able. I.e., if he is in combat, he can wait until the danger is over. So as soon as this is over, I'm going to mutter incoherently for 10 minutes and then pray for forgiveness for another hour. Awesome.
So you're telling me it's going to be a lot like a normal show?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what Sandy's here for.
All right,
back
so
to you.
That was an incredible display of magic, reminiscent of our old shows. Bruce, what can you do?
I can pound this thing into the sand. So,
Fear is the mind killer.
Fear is the mind killer.
yeah. So this one is a 14, 15,
Sorry,
another 21.
I could flog myself with the ruby.
I know that you're getting some helpful advice.
That's 21.
Yep,
And,
21 hits.
and it is 11, 22, 23 points of damage on that one.
Oh man, you charged in to go right for the main bulk of the body, and you notice once you're up close that it has multiple eyes, right? And you've just smashed 5 of them in.
Did that 23 include Gorhan's blessing?
Yes, it did.
Good.
And the second strike is a crit. And it's an 18, which is in my crit range. So I got to roll on page 86 again, table 5, 2d20. So let's see what. But
Yeah,
the first
roll your damage first.
I was going to say the damage is going to be 11, and that's 14, that's 15, and 17 straight up damage so far.
All right. Describe the way you kill this servant of the rutabaga.
So I leap in the air with my mace. I come smashing down right in the center of this thing's skull. It slams into the sand, buckles up, all the tentacles come down, and I leave a smashed space in the skull where you can drop dice in, and I turn it into a giant dice tower.
Love it. And you have, there's like an inception horn, like a gong of approval, right? And you hear the voice of Gorhan. Well, it took you long enough, but now you have what you need to defeat Rutabetti. Take this treasure and go. And that's where we're going to leave it tonight.
Well done.
Yeah, well, that was a great job, guys. We had some traps, we had some puzzles. Yep.
We learned some Latin.
DCC experience.
We learned some Latin. Yeah. So thank you. So we're just about out of time for tonight, but before we go, of course, we're going to roll the body.
Yes, indeed.
Andrea, we're just going to say, you did it.
I did it.
Oh, I'm going to use the Cthulhu.
Yeah, for the death save. Rolling the body. Hey, I rolled a 3, and my luck is a 10.
All
Sandy
right.
is good to go after he begs for forgiveness for 70 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to leave you to do your chanting and your praying for a good 2 hours. How'd Bruce do?
Rolled a 2. I'm good.
All right. Well, this has been a great time. Thank you all in the chat for joining us tonight. But you don't have to stop hanging out with us. Where else can they hang out with us?
They can hang out with us on Instagram at Gaming Honors RPG.
That's right. Where else, Hayden?
Yeah, they can find us on Facebook at Honor Your Game.
And I should tell you. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to plug gaminghonors.com.
That's right. And I'm going to put in a little teaser. If you go to Facebook and Instagram, probably like in the next hour or so, I have a great action shot of Andrea at the dining room table, busy putting Chimera into mailings. So if you want to see the kind of fancy world of game production that we have around here, you will get to see it firsthand on our Instagram and our Facebook feed.
Cutting edge logistics and distribution.
That's right. We will be back in 2 weeks. So thanks. And back at our normal time, I believe. Right, Elena? Probably back at normal time.
Yeah.
Yep. Back at normal time. So thank you all. Have a great couple weeks. We'll see you soon.
Yeah,
Bye,
great to
guys.
see you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.